How do you think that she will feel right now, having been told by her docs, Mom, you can't go?
Well, you mentioned the Duke of Edinburgh, and I was lucky enough to know the Duke of Edinburgh because I was the chairman of one of his charities, the National Playing Fields Association, the first national charity he took on back in 1947 when he married Princess Elizabeth, later the Queen. And that's relevant because that's before either of us was born. And the Queen had the Duke of Edinburgh as her husband from 1947 until this year. And then following his sad death, but at the age of 99, after a quite remarkable life, the Queen, we remember her at the funeral, and seeing her in isolation, people felt very sad for her. And of course, the isolation wasn't isolation for her because she was at Windsor, in the chapel. She was with God. Her faith is absolutely fundamental to her. So she won't have felt alone. And after his death, remember there was a surge of energy from the Queen. She was almost everywhere doing everything. And she kept going for several months. And in fact, recently was opening the Scottish Parliament, the Welsh Senate. She was doing things. And then now, clearly, she's overdone it. And I do remember when my own mother was widowed, she had a kind of burst of energy afterwards, saying life goes on. And the Queen being a woman of faith, and duty, life goes on. And I think she's just got herself a bit exhausted.
Yes.
I think it's no more than that. But she will be really sad about today because there are certain dates in the calendar that she never misses. And for her, Remembrance Sunday. She comes from that generation. The Duke of Edinburgh was very keen on military history. And he'd read several biographies of the Emperor Napoleon. And in one of them, he came across this quotation of Napoleon that he showed to me. Napoleon said, if you want to understand a man, you must look at what the world was like in the year that man turned 21. And the Duke of Edinburgh turned 21 in 1942, and he represented absolutely that generation. His sense of humour, his values, his stoicism, his attitude to life was that of the best generation. And the Queen was 21 just after the Second World War. She represents that generation. That's what she is like. And so, her father, King George VI, who was our leader during the Second World War, her grandfather, to whom she was particularly close, was our leader during the First World War, the Great War. And so those two wars are pivotal in her upbringing, her childhood, and so this is, for her, it will be a sad thing to have had to miss this.